Have you ever wondered whether working as an Uber driver in one of the world's most expensive cities is more profitable or in a developing metropolis? Being an Uber driver in San Francisco means transporting tech workers in one of the world's most expensive cities. A driver working an average of 10 hours a day can earn good money during weekday rush hours and weekend night rates. In a good month, gross income ranges between $9,000 and $11,000. During surge pricing periods, especially on Friday and Saturday evenings, and with airport transfers, this figure can climb up to $13,000. But San Francisco's costs compete with this income too. Vehicle rental or financing payments are around $800 per month. Fuel costs are $1,200. Vehicle maintenance and insurance are $700. And parking fees and bridge tolls add another $300. Since Uber's commission cut is around 25%, this means a monthly loss between $2,500 and $3,000. Taxes and self-employment deductions also amount to approximately $1,800. Total expenses reach $7,300. In a good month, the driver's net earnings stay between $5,500 and $6,000. The profit margin hovers around 45 to 50%. In Cairo, however, the situation starts completely differently. Uber has gone from being a side income source to becoming a full-time profession here. Thanks to the city's traffic density and population, there's a constant flow of passengers. A driver working 12 hours a day can earn between $3,500 and $4,500 in gross income during a good month. Since living costs in Cairo are much lower compared to San Francisco, this figure might seem misleading. But what really matters is the picture that emerges when looking at it together with expenses. Vehicle rental or financing payments are around $350 per month. Since fuel prices are low, monthly fuel costs are $400 and maintenance and insurance amount to $250. Since Uber's commission here is also around 25%, deductions range between $900 and $1,000 monthly. Taxes and other mandatory expenses add another $500. Total expenses stay around $2,500. In a good month, the driver's net earnings range between $2,000 and $12,500. The profit margin appears between 45 and 55%. When the numbers are placed side by side, the San Francisco driver seems to be earning 3 times more. But the real difference becomes clear when looking at living costs. Renting a studio apartment in San Francisco costs $3,000 per month. Basic grocery expenses are $800. Health insurance is $600. And transportation and other mandatory expenses add another $200. Total living costs reach $4,600. In this case, the driver has between $1,000 and $1,500 left for savings. In Cairo, average apartment rent is $600. Grocery expenses are $400, and basic needs like healthcare and transportation are around $200. Total living costs are around $1,200. In this case, the driver's savings range between $800 and $1,300. If you've watched this far, you've seen the real story behind the numbers. A small like gives us strength to continue these kinds of analyses. The picture becomes even more interesting in terms of purchasing power. The $1,000 earned in Cairo can buy much more in the local economy. A restaurant meal, weekend entertainment, clothing expenses are much cheaper compared to San Francisco. A cup of coffee in Cairo is $2. In San Francisco, it's $5. A weekend family restaurant bill is $30 in Cairo, $100 in San Francisco. Much more money is needed in San Francisco to maintain the same standard of living. The driver in Cairo lives with less stress, spending more time with their family, and building better savings for the future. In conclusion, Uber driving in San Francisco promises much higher income on paper, but living costs quickly erode this income. Even though the money received seems higher, the actual amount saved stays almost at the same level as Cairo. In Cairo, although income is lower, much lower living costs, better purchasing power, and a more balanced life are offered. Even though profit margins are similar, the real value of money earned in Cairo is much higher. If you're targeting maximum gross income and are ready to live with high costs, San Francisco might seem appealing. But if you want to experience the real value of the money you earn, work with less stress, and move forward with more solid steps toward the future, Cairo stands out as a much smarter choice. On this channel, we don't just list numbers. We analyze real-life scenarios in depth. Which city, which profession, What kind of life awaits you? We put everything on the table based on data. You can't predict what will happen in future videos yet, but each one will be more surprising than the last. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to be with us on this journey.